It's for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good. Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And for those tuning in on yourliveevent.com, probably help if we turned on the audio as well for that. Welcome to tonight's broadcast here as the Aitkin Gobblers taking on the likes of the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Our apologies on that. For Crosby-Ironton, well, after a hot start to the season for them, 3 losses in the last 4 games for them, including of which a 70-58 loss to Detroit Lakes, a conference matchup back on Thursday, despite Tori Orline, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Josie Schaefer added 15. Ellen Siljan also added another 10 points in the loss as well. And again, it's been the story of getting up early in the first half and letting those first half leads slip by for the Rangers, I should say. But at least things are starting to improve here in the later portion of this season. Of course, less than a month away with this regular season in tow for us here on Homegrown Local Radio. Talk more about our out-of-town schedule and scoreboard coming up. We'll have our full conversation with Coach Mike Ream for the Aitkin Gobblers coming up as the Gobblers taking on the Rangers tonight. Girls high school basketball on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com.
Aitkin Health Services is hiring additional nurses and CNAs. All new hires will receive a $4.75 per hour wage in addition to and above regular pay scale. Contact Aitkin Health Services to inquire on these positions or visit sfhs.hcshiring.com. St. Francis Health Services and Affiliates is an equal opportunity employer.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at BrandelGM.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at BrandelGM.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aitkin. Our reputation rides with you. BrandelGM.com.
At R&J.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. For those also tuning in online at rjbroadcasting.com as well as yourliveevent.com. We already have one update with our out-of-town scoreboard here this evening here on Homegrown Local Radio. Over on Real Country 94.3, an early start, but it is Hill City Northland girls basketball trailing at home against Floodwood 25-13. That's at the halftime break. But looking at out-of-town scoreboard, a lot of good games on the airwaves tonight. Boys High School basketball, number 19 ranked Esco is at Pequot Lakes on Talk 100 KLKS. Wadena Deer Creek is at Pillager. That's going to be on 3WI FM Cash 95. While in girls high school basketball, again, we did mention Floodwood and Hill City Northland on Real Country 94.3. Crosby-Ironton and Aitkin right here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com. The game just at yourliveevent.com tonight. Kelleher Northome taking on Pine River Bacchus. The Aitkin Gobblers tonight, again, sporting that 6-13 record, while Crosby-Ironton comes in with an 11-7 record on the season. Of course, we had the opportunity to speak with head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers, that being Coach Mike Ream, after a tough stretch of games. Again, 8 straight losses for the Gobblers, and a game on Thursday of which they lost by 20 points. But getting to see Crosby-Ironton for the second time this season, some positives to take away from that game and even from that loss earlier this week. We'll have our full conversation with Coach Mike Ream coming up here on the other side of this break. Gobblers taking on the Rangers tonight. Girls high school basketball on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
Incorporated, we inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
Aitkin Health Services is hiring additional nurses and CNAs. All new hires will receive a $4.75 per hour wage in addition to and above regular pay scale. Contact Aitkin Health Services to inquire on these positions or visit sfhs.hcshiring.com. St. Francis Health Services and Affiliates is an equal opportunity employer.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Our local economy through economic development, volunteerism, or donations to local causes. We invest in this community because it's our home too. On behalf of everyone at Mille Lacs Energy, we're thankful for your membership. Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative cares about you and our communities.
Welcome back to the pregame show here tonight on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. Also tuning into the video stream for all of those lucky fans at yourliveevent.com. Now we get the part in the pregame show where we catch up with head basketball coach for the Aitkin Gobbler girls basketball team. Coach Mike Ream joins us on the show as he always does. And, Coach, as always, we say thank you for coming up and joining us here for the pregame show tonight.
You are welcome.
Coach, coming off a game this past week, of course, suffering a loss 74-54 back out on the road against Staples Motley this past Thursday. Looking back at that contest, what did you take away from that game against the Cardinals last week?
Well, we had some positives. We had pretty much an amazing 83 shots in that game. Just that we only hit 15%. If we had hit 30%, we'd have won the game. But so the positive is we're getting open shots. We just got to keep trying to get the ball in the hole. We shot 60% from the line. That was positive. The only problem is these teams we're playing against are shooting anywhere from 38 to 50+% against us. So there is no room for error. And our turnovers were down. We had under 20, I think maybe 18 or 19 turnovers, which has been our best game in about 5. So we had low turnovers earlier in the year, but we weren't playing the competition then. So took some positives away. The negatives is, we just got to make shots, and we'll be more competitive. So
I completely agree with that, Coach, too, and especially looking at how things kind of developed, too. Just taking a look at the report from what I saw, Emma Skye went off for 18 points in that one. Of course, Ella Jansen adding in another 17 as well. Was Emma able to get more action inside and work her way through the post, too, for your team this past week?
I'm glad you brought that up. Emma I really tried to challenge her and Sophie before the game. We were missing Ray Nyberg. She had a deep thigh bruise in practice the day before, a knee in the thigh, and so she was completely out. Couldn't move, couldn't walk on it. She's getting better. Hopefully it'll be at practice today. Also, we were missing Sarah Thompson, who's kind of like off the bench for us, and she was sick, but she's better and getting back. So we were shorthanded, and boy, Emma and came up with a nice double-double. This really worked. And altogether, from our posts, we got 24 points and 25 boards, which is what we really need. We were the bigger team for a change, and we pounded the ball inside and just kept putting it up, A lot of offensive rebounds that are positive. But, so, I mean, that was positive. Yeah, with Ray back, we found out that Tegan will be out for the year because of just not wanting to re-injure her knee. So we know what we have now, and we just have to keep shooting in practice and try to get our percentages up. Otherwise, we do some really good things, and we've improved in a lot of areas, but we just have to improve our shooting more and more.
Well, Coach, looking at this,
did a great job.
No, absolutely, and great to see her getting back more involved, too, coming off the injury. But looking at this matchup you have again against the Crosby-Ironton Rangers as well, you faced them earlier in the year, just less than a month ago as well. Of course, we all know the fact that Tori Orline, 33 points, but obviously she's going to get a center of the attention as well. But what did you take away from that game against Crosby earlier this year? I know it was in a different gym and also different circumstances along with that too, but what were some things that you took away from that matchup to look at more and maybe bring a little bit more emphasis for your team tonight?
Well, we played some good ball in that game. I mean, we had a good game plan and hung in there for a little while until I think the score was 34-21 at halftime. We gave up a few more than what we wanted to. They got some transition threes at the end of the first half. But we tried to really limit the activity of Orline, and the kids did what we wanted them to do. Part of the problem, again, was we only scored 21. So, I mean, then in the second half, we just offensively didn't do anything. So, yeah, we got to slow her down. She's just real smooth, great player, makes everybody else better. We did want to slow down Pappen Puss, too, because she's kind of a recipient of a lot of fast break passes from Orline. So, we did a fair job there. But, we just have to improve our defense, and I've got, a game plan for that, trying to slow things down and try to get some open shots, whatever defense they throw at us, to adjust and get open shots and try to put the ball in the hole. So the Emma Skye wasn't with us last time, so that's going to be helpful. Getting Ray back, that would be helpful. So I mean, we'll have a more full deck to play. So hopefully we can slow them down and pick up our offense.
Well, Coach, obviously we do wish you the best of luck tonight against Crosby. We'll look forward to also talking to you after the game as well.
All right, thank you.
Head coach for Aitkin Gobblers, Mike Ream, joins us here on the pregame show. The Gobblers taking on Crosby-Ironton tonight. Girls high school basketball on your home for Aitkin Gobbler athletics throughout the entire season. Right here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1, and also at yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aitkin. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Aitkin Gobblers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aitkin. Enjoy the broadcast.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. And for those also tuning in online at yourliveevent.com, getting a look here at our starting lineups for both teams tonight. Girls high school basketball right here on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com. Starting first with the visiting team here this evening, that being the Crosby-Ironton Rangers here tonight. Their starting lineups will go like this. Number 2 is Callie Pappenfuss. Number 13 is Bree Miller. Number 15, Margaret Sildren. Number 21, Ellen Sildren. And number 30, Tori Orline for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Rangers are coached by Pete Vukolich. For Aitkin Gobblers tonight, late scratch in the lineup as well. We'll make a note of that here momentarily. Number 3 is a 5'3" guard and a freshman in Abby Palm. Number 15 is a 5'8" forward and a senior in Ray Nyberg. Number 21 is a 5'4" guard and a junior in Eiley Cullum. And number 23 is a 5'10" sophomore forward, Emma Sky. Number 24 is a 5'5" junior guard. Number 24, that being Ellen Siljan for the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Head coach for your Gobblers is Mike Ream, assisted by Jason Long, and manager is Taryn Olson. So originally in the starting lineup, Jill Klein was supposed to be in the starting lineup here tonight, but looking across the gymnasium floor, a late scratch off the floor as well. It'll be for the likes of which a undisclosed injury, so we'll keep our eye out for that and that much more as the Crosby-Ironton Rangers wearing the road white uniforms tonight. Crosby-Ironton across the chest, while also numbers in solid maroon, white uniforms as well for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Aitkin going with the home blacks tonight. Aitkin going across the chest, red numbers, white trim around the numbers and the letters here this evening. Flying solo tonight, my color commentator, that being Jeremy Jansen down the road in Barnum tonight, watching the boys game as well, so maybe we'll get some updates on that game as well. Gobblers will be working left to right on your radio dials, on your computer screens at yourliveevent.com, as well as the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. It'll be Ray Nyberg and Tori Orline to take the opening tip, one and controlled by the Gobblers, and Eiley Cullum inserted into the starting role. Right off the shot for Ella Jansen, no good. Shot lands in the hands of number 13 for the Rangers. That's going to be Bree Miller. And here come the Rangers to set up the offense. Miller to Orline, left corner, a 3 of her own. Off the side of the iron, no good. Cullum will get a rebound for Aitkin to open up the offensive glass, defensive glass, I should say, for the Gobblers. Aitkin across half court to Emma Sky at the free throw line. Back out. Cullum left alone for a 3. See if she can make it. She does. For Eiley Cullum, it's a 3-0 lead for your Aitkin Gobblers. See what they can do with it. Tori Orline bringing it the other way for Margaret Sildren at the top of the right side. Back up top now for Bree Miller. Miller will skip one pass over to Callie Pappenfuss. Cross-court heave in the left corner for Miller once again. She looks to drive, dishes it back out for number 21 in Ellen Siljan. Right side now into the corner for number 2 in Pappenfuss. Turnaround jumper on the way from Ellen Siljan is good. and puts on the first points of the night for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. 3-2 our score. We come the other way for the Gobblers as they try to get it across half court, which they will, to Eiley Cullum, to Emma Scott at the free throw line. Down low to Ray. Ray Nyberg impeded upon with a jump ball on the tie-up. They are going to give that ball to Crosby-Ironton according to the possession arrow. 16:38 to go here. 3-2 our score on the Aitkin Health Services and Brandel Motors of Aitkin scoreboards. Siljan, Margaret Siljan that is. No, that's Ellen with it from the right elbow, extended back out to Bree Miller. Up top now, three on the way, straight on, off the back of the rim, no good. Ray Nyberg fights for a rebound. She comes down with it. Ray stretching it out the other way for the Gobblers. Tries to go up with the right hand, shot too strong off the bottom of the backboard. Jump ball on the tie-up, says Aitkin, with Emma Sky fighting for the board the entire way. Gobblers will trigger the inbound to left of the basket. Ella Jansen right to Emma Sky. Tries to fight off a defender through the middle. Up with the right-handed, blocked by Ellen Siljan, who gives it up to Bree Miller across half court. Miller, right side, into the corner for a three. No good. Orline comes down with it. She is fouled as we get a foul called. Margaret Siljan's three from the right corner. Foul called against the Gobblers. Eiley Cullum, that'll be her first and the night, team's first as well. First foul for either team, 15:59 to play here in the first half. Bree Miller, and will be called for a travel after she took the immediate inbound. Final score over on Real Country, 94-3, 51-29. Floodwood over Hill City Northland. That one getting an early start as well for Tom Martin up in Hill City, so probably be listening on the way back. Gobblers fed down low to Emma Sky. Sky with the right hand up off the window. Basket will count, and she is fouled. And we'll get an and one free throw for Emma Sky. Makes it a 5-2 lead for your Gobblers. Siljan will be called. Ellen Siljan, that is. First Crosby foul of the night. First free throw, I should say. On the and one is complete. 6-2, the lead for the Gobblers. Tori Orline back the other way through the front court. Cuts like a hot knife through butter with an easy layup, the 8th grader. I would hate to be on Tori Orline's bad side out on the court, because right there she showcased it as an errant pass through the middle of the floor from the Gobblers leads to a turnover. And here come the Rangers the other way. Here comes Tori Orline through the middle, untouched. 4 straight points from Tori Orline. And now makes it a tie game this evening at 6-6. The Gobblers wasting little time getting into the front court, trying to escape a double team timeout taken before losing the ball quickly out on the floor from Coach Mike Ream of the Aitkin Gobblers. We'll take it with him as well with 14:58 to play in the first half on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
This is Jim Burke.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler, yourliveevent.com. Gobblers and Rangers, girls high school basketball tied at 6 apiece. 4 straight points from Tori Orline to tie the game after the Gobblers took that quick 6-2 lead. Stretch pass taken away by the Rangers. Easy layup for number 2 and Callie Papenfuss. And now makes it an 8-6 lead. Stretch pass to the front court for Emma Sky. Poked away, turned over by the Gobblers. It'll be Tori Orline from the free throw line. Dishes it out to Bree Miller for a 3. Off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Orline. Basket counts, and she is fouled. It'll be an and one free throw for Tori Orline. Now that's 6 straight points from Tori Orline. As we'll get an and one opportunity for the 8th grader. On the way. Rattles all the way around, takes a couple extra half swishes around before it finally drains down the toilet. 11-6 now these scores. We get our scoreboard updated here on yourliveevent.com. Our apologies. Skip pass down low as Nyberg was trying to find Sky. They're going to call a kick ball. As we'll see. Substitutions checking in. Both for Aitkin. Sophie Snyder. Emma Jacobson checking in for the Gobblers. 14-12 to play in the first half on the Aitkin Health Services, Brandel Motors of Aitkin scoreboards. Jansen inbound, gets it to Jacobson, back to Jansen, the right corner to Jacobson, swinging around to the top of the key now for Abby Palm. I haven't called her name too often tonight. Palm back over to Jacobson in the left wing, backs off a defender to Ella Jansen. Floater in the lane, tries to go over the right hand, can't finish it. Rebound down to Sophie Snyder, creates an offensive opportunity before turning it over on the Gobblers. Sophie Snyder gets a rebound, but a foul called out on the floor. Emma Jacobson will be called for her first, team's third of the half. Back the other way come the Crosby-Ironton Rangers, an 11-6 lead with 13:44 to go. Pass right into the breadbasket. Ellen Siljan, three on the way from Orline, no good. Rebounded down to Ellen Siljan once again. Orline takes the pass away, now back out. Siljan up off the glass. They can't get it to go. Waiting for a rebound is Sophie Snyder. And we'll also see a foul called in the front court as the Gobblers lose it, turn it right back over. 6 turnovers unofficially for the Gobblers compared to none for Crosby-Ironton. Orline inbounds to number 2, Callie Pappenfuss. Over the right side now, right to Orline. Cross-court heave, back to her teammate, Bree Miller, as she throws a pass, and it's taken away. First turnover of the night for the Rangers, and Emma Jacobson back to the front court for Abby Palm. Palm up top now for Jansen, a three. It's good. Ella Jansen cuts the deficit down to 1 possession. Now 11-9, Gobblers trail. Orline with a full head of steam, can't finish her shot. Nyberg comes down with a rebound, gives it up to Jansen across half court. Jansen to Nyberg, tip pass out of the air, but it's going to be collected by the Gobblers. Jacobson, left wing, tries to get away on a defender, throwing it right through the middle into the paint, and we get a foul called as it was taken away by the Rangers. Another turnover by Aitkin. Foul called against Ray Nyberg. That'll be her first, team's 4th of the half. Emma Sky back in. The missing person on our list that had a foul thus far. Only had 3 players with fouls, but 4 on the scoreboard, it does say. Top of the key now, swinging it over to left side. Bree Miller now back towards right from Margaret Siljan. Trying to throw a pass through the middle. Blocked out of the air by the Gobblers. Taken away by Abby Palm. That tip pass out of the air leads to a turnover for Tori Orline. Up with the right hand. Banks it up off the glass. Tori Orline now with 9 points in the ball game. 13-9. With a full head of steam the other way. A foul called on the floor. 2 shots for Ella Jansen as she heads her way to the free throw line. Ellen Siljan will get the second foul for the Rangers and her second of the half as well. First free throw from Ella Jansen is good. Second one also guaranteed. 12:07 to play in the first half. Substitution checking in for the Rangers. Get the number on that. My guess would be number 33, and I'm correct on that. Second free throw from Jansen is good. Hannah Parkkinen is in for the first time tonight. 13-11, Gobblers trail. Packarainen, excuse me. Almost turns it over. It will be turned over by the Rangers. And the Gobblers get the ball right back, down by 1 possession. 11:58 to go here in the first half. Sophie Snyder, outstretched pass now across the timeline to Emma Jacobson from the right elbow. Dishes it back out now to Abby Palm just inside the circle. It's turned over and stolen away by the likes of Tori Orline to the front court. Easy finger roll for Tori Orline now keeps the lead back up to 2 possessions at 15 to 11. 11.5 to go. Abby Palm from the right elbow. Gives it back out now around the perimeter to Emma Jacobson. Her shot from the free throw line, no good. Last touching it. Foul called on the floor. Looks like Orline will be guilty of the foul. Gobblers will keep it. Third foul for the Rangers this half, and also seeing the first foul of the night for the 8th grader in Tori Orline. Ray Nyberg back in. Sophie Snyder checks out. Sophie, a couple of rebounds off the bench so far tonight. Inbound to the right of the basket to Emma Sky, working up against the 8th grader. Shot no good in Tori Orline, but getting the rebound after the missed shot was Emma Sky, fighting in the paint. Now back out at the top of the circle for the likes of Abby Palm. Palm looks to dish. She'll take it herself off a screen. Baseline kick down low, fouled on the way. Doesn't go in, but Ray Nyberg will head her way to the free throw line for the first time this evening. Becca Rainen will get the foul, her first of the night. First free throw from Ray Nyberg with a sigh of relief as it finally goes home. We'll make it now a 1-possession deficit at 15 to 12. Second free throw is also good, 15-13. It's as close as the Gobblers have gotten ever since trailing by as much as 6 here in this first half. Orline back out to Miller for a 3 off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound down to Margaret Siljan, out for a 3 once again. That's going to be Callie Pappenfuss from downtown, making it hurt. Siljan with another rebound, Ellen Siljan that is. 18 to 13, excuse me, the score. Stolen away by Orline once again as the Gobblers try to play catch up as Tori Orline rolls it up off the glass for her once again. She's got, in this first half, 13 of the 20 points scored by Tori Orline. Back the other way, shot no good as it'll be Ellen Siljan with the board, Callie Pappenfuss, I should say, with the loose ball. Ray Nyberg looking for a call as she thought she was fouled as Tori Orline shot no good. Rebound down to Pappenfuss, out for a Pekka-Rainen, and her shot is good this time. We go back and forth. Fire Wagon basketball and a timeout taken by the Gobblers. Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout. We'll take it with them as well. 22 to 13 Gobblers trail here on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com.
Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com. Keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming.
Repair since 1974.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com. 22 to 13 our score here from the Cup Foods, a Brainerd Baxter radio booth. A Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout taken by the Aitkin Gobblers. Second timeout of the half used by Coach Mike Ream, but it's been the Tori Orline show thus far with 13 of the 22 points scored in this first half coming from Tori Orline. A lot of them getting wide open layup looks in the later half of the turnovers. As soon as they get to half court, Gobblers run into trouble and turnovers are aplenty in the first half. Unofficially 10 turnovers already while the Rangers have none in the first half. Bringing that full court pressure once again. Trouble at the midline stripe. Dishing it across half court. Abby Palm now to the right corner for a 3 from Jansen. No good off the iron and rebounded down to Margaret Siljan. Siljan up to the front court. Shot no good as a loose ball into the hands of Bree Miller. Siljan once again, Margaret for a cutting Tori Orline with the awkward shot, but still just gets enough to roll it up off the glass. 9.5 to play in the first half. 23-24 to 13 now. The first double-digit lead of the night as the Gobblers turn it over after the ball rolling out of bounds. Eiley Cullum back into the ball game for the Gobblers. We'll see Maya Deason bringing across half court, checking in for the first time this evening for the Rangers. Jumper from Pekka-Rainen at the right elbow, no good. Emma Jacobson with a rebound, a fight for it, and now we get a foul call down on the floor. As Pekka-Rainen started reaching in. Sarah Thompson in for the Gobblers. 9:11 to go here in the first half. Right into Sarah Thompson off the inbound from Ella Jansen as she loses it, and a foul called in the front court. As it will be Jansen to inbound. Maya Deason, her first of the night. Team's sixth of the half already with 9:07 to go here in this first half of basketball across half court. Well, soon to get it across half court, Eiley Cullum. To Ray Nyberg. She's fouled on her way to the basket, and Pekka-Rainen will get her third, and Ray Nyberg will head back to the free throw line. So Ray back at the line for two more free throws. Pekka-Rainen, wearing number 33, has her third foul of the half already. First free throw from Ray is good. Pekka-Rainen is out, bringing back in Margaret Siljan as the second free throw from Ray is good. 3 points for her on the night. All of them coming from the, I should say now 4 points for Ray. All of them coming from the free throw line. Pappenfuss left alone, could have shot a three if she wanted to. She was looking to get rid of it. Back to Deason, down low to Orline, up off the glass, and strong finish for Tori Orline. 26-15 the score. Loose ball on the floor turned over by the Gobblers once again. Unofficially 12 turnovers in the first half. Bree Biller to Pappenfuss. Decent in the right corners, cutting along the way is Tori Orline. And Tori Orline cannot be stopped here in this first half. 28-15 with 8 minutes to go. And Crosby-Ironton is in front, and they are in front in a big way. 19 points for Tori Orline as Ray Nyberg blocked halfway up against Maya Deason, looking for a foul. As ball still loose out on the floor, Ray Nyberg reestablishes the offense for the Gobblers. Ella Jansen going to fire a three, banks it in, and good. Jansen gets the Gobblers a little bit of an offensive push. Now down by 10 as we get bodies flying and hitting the floor. Foul called out of the floor. Eiley Cullum will get her second, team's fifth in the half, and also of note, next foul against the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. It'll be the Gobblers shooting a 1-and-1. Sophie Snyder back in. It's Emma Skye as well for the Gobblers. Inbound to the right of the basket. Right to Margaret Siljan in the right corner. Back up top now. Dribbling her way to the top of the key. Bree Miller swings it right side. Three from Margaret Siljan. No good. Rebound. Out on the floor. Picked up by Emma Skye. Jump ball on the tie-up will go right to the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Gobblers will get the possession arrow after the inbound. A three-pointer from Tori Orline as it rattled all the way around after the inbound. Now makes it 31-18 the score. Full court pressure from the Rangers. They back out as Jansen gets it up to the front court, and a foul called against Maya Deason. And that's going to be a 1-and-1 for the Gobblers. Deason at the line, Deason getting her second. And we'll see Ella Jansen at the line for at least one. 7:09 to play in the first half on the Aitkin Health Services and Brandel Motors of Aitkin scoreboards. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. A rebounded down to Maya Deason. Deason will take it up to the front court. Stretching it out. Left corner, Bree Miller left alone. No good. Who touched it last? Going out of bounds with it now. Tori Orline keeps it alive. Out to Margaret Siljan. Dribbles along the baseline to Decent. To Miller. Left corner for a three from Pappenfuss. No good. Long stretch rebound as Pappenfuss comes out with it. Pappenfuss will reset the offense. Left corner. Orline left all alone for a three. No good. Rebounded down to Ella Jansen. Jansen will try to break through the pressure, and she steps out of bounds with the basketball. Jansen will turn it over for the Gobblers. 13th turnover of the first half, and a timeout taken by Crosby-Ironton, a Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout. 31-18 our score, 6.5 to go in the first half here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
Through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Welcome.
(31-18) our score here on the Gobbler. KKIN AM 930 FM translator 103.1 for those also tuning in to yourliveevent.com. Gobblers down 31-18. It was close, couple of shots leading the way, but 13 turnovers unofficially in this first half for the Aitkin Gobblers has put them down in a big way, especially with now Tori Orline, 22 of the 31 points here, and we're not even 6 minutes left here in the first half. Could be a big night for Tori Orline to see her single game record fall for the Rangers. To see Coach Pete Vukolich, who called that timeout, see how far he lets his star player go. The 8th grader, that's right, after this year, 4 more years of Tori Orline for the Rangers, potentially. Rangers with the possession of the basketball. It's a fight down along the baseline. Last touch by Sarah Thompson of the Gobblers, out of bounds with it, as it'll stay with Crosby. 8 fouls in the first half for the Rangers compared to 5 from Aitkin. So the Gobblers will be in the bonus the rest of the first half, but 2 more fouls will be the double bonus. Tori Orline near the right corner, fed inside now for Ellen Siljan, Back out to Ellen, swings it around to Orline, free throw line, back out just inside the arc from Siljan. Her shot left short as a foul called on the floor. Looks like this one will be Pappenfuss going to line for a couple of free throws. Ella Jansen will get her second, so it'll be a pair of free throws from Callie Pappenfuss. First time at the free throw line for her. Now 1 of 2 is Crosby-Ironton in this first half. The only other free throw on an and one completed by Tori Orline as part of her 22 points in the first half. Second free throw is good. 2 of 3 now. 32-18 the score. Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin girls high school basketball. Jansen, right corner, a 3 on the way, off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded down to Sarah Thompson. She fights for the rebound. She comes out with it, but it's cleanly taken away by the Rangers. Out to Bree Miller from the left elbow. Cross-court pass again to Siljan for a 3, no good. That's going to be Margaret Siljan with a rebound. Tori Orline up off the left side, banks it up off the window, and just continuing to drive to the hole. 24 of the 34 coming off the shooting of Tori Orline. 34-18 the score. Cross-court pass now to Sarah Thompson. Left corner, fed down low to Sophie Snyder. Her shot impeded upon as Pappenfuss will be guilty. Team's 8th foul of the half, soon to be 9th foul. It'll be 2 free throws regardless. Would have been at least a 1-and-1 for non-continuation, but Sophie Snyder will go to the line for 2. First free throw from Sophie, no good. 34-18. Halftime score over on Talk 100 KLKS. We'll get that update to you momentarily as the free throw no good. Pappenfuss gets the rebound. Esco up 31-26 at half as boys high school basketball over on Talk 100. 2 more points for Tori Orlon. She is putting on a one-woman wrecking crew with 26 points in this first half coming from her. 36-18. The Rangers doubling up on the Gobblers. 4:48 to play in the first half. To Sophie Snyder, inside, double team on her, can't finish the shot. Fight for the rebound, and it'll be a jump ball in the tie-up. Gobblers will get the ball. Again, that's boys high school basketball. Good mid-state conference matchup with Pequot Lakes and Esco. Esco ranked number 19. We saw the Patriots boys on this past Friday right here from Aitkin High School as they defeated the Aitkin Gobblers. Right off the inbound, Emma Sky's shot is good. 36-20, Gobblers trail. Fed inside, Orline's shot. Oh, you just can't stop Tori Orline. Now 28 points in this first half. She's going to have as many points as her number here in this first half. There's definitely a good shot of that. Ella Jansen tries to go up and under. Fight for the board as it goes off the bottom of the backboard as Emma Sky can't come out with a clean shot. Back the other way for Orline. Jumper inside the arc. Rebound loose. It's going to be Abby Palm getting the board for the Gobblers, but fouled on the way. So that's going to be foul number 10 of the first half. Bree Miller with her first of the half as well. Abby Palm at the line for a pair. First free throw from Abby is good. Disgruntled fan, a youngster, being escorted out of the building, probably under the age of at least 2. Gotta know what that feels like. Second free throw from Abby Palm is good, 38-22. Under 4 to play in the first half. Crosby-Ironton 38-22 over the Aitkin Gobblers in this section and also Mid-State Conference matchup here on the Gobbler. Orline. Left corner for Pappenfuss to Bree Miller. Steps inside the arc, does Miller. Looks for a pass to Orline. Last touch by Orline, and it's going to go right back to the Gobblers. Maya Decent, Eiley Cullum back in for each of their respective teams. Decent in for Aitkin. 38-22. Gobblers to the front court with Eiley Cullum out on the right wing. Into the right corner now for Ray Nyberg. Back to the top, almost taken away by Tori Orline, but recollected by Sarah Thompson. Thompson looks for to get rid of it. It's poked out of the air, but somehow gets to Eiley Cullum after initially being taken away by Tori Orline. Abby Palm bumped around just outside the paint, coming out with it. Now loose ball out on the floor. We got bodies and feet and ankles and hands flying everywhere. And a travel called against the Rangers. Player down on the floor. I think that was Callie Pappenfuss. She was coming out swinging with every leg, with every limb attached to her. 3 minutes go. Gobblers keep the basketball. Back out to Ray Nyberg. Skip pass now to Abby Palm at the top of the circle. Looks for a pass to the right side. Now goes back over to left for Sarah Thompson. Eiley Cullum left corner, a 3. Too strong. Loose ball out on the floor. We get a little bit of a kerfuffle between Ray Nyberg and Bree Miller, but cooler heads to Beprail. Jump ball in the tie-up. Ball will go to the Gobblers as it'll be Gobbler basketball. Quick note from Tom Martin on his way back from Hill City. In order for Tori Orline tonight, she's got 28 points. If she gets 13 more, she'll pass the 1,000 point mark in her career. She's an 8th grader. Oy, must be good to be good at sports. Maya Decent to the right corner. Back up top now to Maya Decent. Decent now to Ellen Siljan. No, that's Margaret. Margaret Siljan in the left corner to Orline. Left all alone, cuts through the middle. First time tonight we've seen a shot that didn't go in for Tori Orline, but I'm sure she's got plenty more left in her. 2:15 to go and counting down. We're in the first half. Gobblers with the possession to Abby Palm. Palm stops, pops a shot inside the arc off the side of the backboard. Loose ball out on the floor, and we are going to get the jump ball on the tie-up as Boy, some of these fights for these rebounds have gotten very, very physical in this first half. And girls, we got a whole nother half still to go. Ellen Siljan back in. Sophie Snyder checks in for the Gobblers as well. Eiley Cullum checks out, and Bree Miller will also go out for the Rangers. Inbound to the right of the basket will go to Sophie Snyder, skips it down low. Maya Deason pushes Emma Sky out of the way. Across half court now for Tori Orline. Stops inside the free throw circle. Jumper no good. And got a foul called out on the floor. This one against Crosby, I believe. And we're going to get free throws for the Gobblers. Pappenfuss, her second. 11th team foul of the first half. Quick note off the top of my head. Quick math as well. 38-22 remains the score as Sophie Snyder's first of two free throws misses the mark. Bree Miller back in for the Rangers. Emma Sky checking out. And also checking out will be Callie Pappenfuss with 2 fouls. Bree Miller's got 1 in the first half. Second free throw from Snyder is no good. Rebound down to the hands of Margaret Siljan. Gives it up to Tori Orline across half court. Catches Ellen Siljan by surprise. Jumper no good off the right side. And a rebound down to Sophie Snyder taken away by the Rangers. Siljan try to find Orline down low. Back to Margaret Siljan. Ellen comes out with it now. Decent with a minute and a half to go. And a foul called, impeding the likes of Ellen Siljan. Emma Jacobson will be her second foul. Team 7th, 1-1 free throws coming up here for Ellen Siljan. At least one guaranteed, short of the mark, and didn't draw contact with the rim, and it will be Gobbler basketball. Also of note as well, not seeing Jill Klein out on the bench at all. Jill Klein did not start tonight as well. Apparent injury during warm-ups forced the hand of Coach Ream to change his starting lineup. As Eiley Cullum, who got the start tonight as well. Just when the Gobblers were starting to get healthy, they get another injury added to their list. Kick ball by the Rangers. We'll keep it with Aitkin. With a minute 15 to go. Jansen to trigger the inbound to Ray Nyberger. Shot off the right side, no good as she looks for another foul. Maya Deason takes it away to Margaret Siljan. Her shot no good. Ella Jansen comes down with the rebound across half court. Jansen, cross court heave over to Abby Palm for a three. Banks it up off the window, too strong. It'll be Jacobson with a rebound. Jansen going to fire a three short of the mark, and Deason comes down with it. Under a minute to go, about 45 seconds to be exact, left in this first half. Siljan, right corner three, high up off the backboard. Still a fight for it, down loose on the floor. Orline and also Snyder hit the deck as Tori Orline has a three from Margaret Siljan, no good. Sophie Snyder will get her first, and a 1-1 for Tori Orline. Orline will go to the line. Front end of a 1-1, good. Now make it 29 points here at the half, just before halftime. Halftime scores coming up. Second half adjustments as well. Second free throw, no good. Rebound down to Decent. To Orline. Looks to drive through the paint. Back out to Bree Miller for a three. Good. That's a deep two, according to our official. It is 2 points, 41-22 from Bree Miller. Stolen away by Tori Orline. She comes out with it clean with 19 seconds. Orline going to go up off the window, finishes it good. Now with 31 points, 10 points away from 1,000 for Tori Orline with 8 seconds to go until halftime. 43-22 across half court. Three on the way from Jansen, no good with the putback at the buzzer. They're going to count it. Basket will count at the half for Ray Nyberg. But the Gobblers, a long way to go here in the halftime break. 43-24, Aitkin trails going into the halftime break. Gobblers will hit the locker room, so will the Rangers as well. Here on the Gobbler, as well as YourLiveEvent.com. Halftime report coming up here on the other side of this break.
Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Aitkin Gobblers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aitkin. Enjoy the broadcast.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated
at 1 West Main, downtown Crosby.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1, and also at rjbroadcasting.com. It is all Crosby-Ironton up by the score 43-24 here at the halftime break, as you are here with Paul Vold coming to you live from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter studio. It was all Crosby-Ironton, and it was all Tori Orline. 43 points in the first half of the Rangers, 31 of them coming from Tori Orline, now 10 points away from 1,000 points in her career as an 8th grader for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. As we get a look here at the numbers here from this first half, get a look at an out-of-town scoreboard as well coming up here in just a few moments. 6 points in the first half for Callie Pappenfuss, 2 points apiece from Bree Miller, Ellen Siljan, as well as Hannah Pakarainen in the first half. Leading the way for the Aitkin Gobblers, 8 points in the first half from Ella Jansen, couple of threes made. Ray Nyberg was 6, cleaning that shot just right before the buzzer. 4 points for Emma Skye coming in the lineup as well. 3 points for Eiley Cullum, who was injected into the starting lineup for Jilly Klein. 2 points for Abby Palm at the halftime break. Aitkin Gobblers, unfortunately for them, they are out rebounding. They are out rebounding the Rangers 15-3 in this first half. But when you also look at the fact, turnovers 14-4 in the first half. Not exactly a category you want to be leading against your opponent as well. But Gobblers trail in a big way, 43-24. Also going to look here at out-of-town scoreboard as well here in this ball game tonight. Of course, a final score already with one person already on their way back from Hill City. It is a final score over on Real Country 94-3. Hill City Northland 51-29. They fell tonight against Floodwood in girls high school basketball. Halftime scores, number 19 ranked Esco boys leading in halftime against Pequot Lakes, I should say, 31-26. And Pilger boys up at halftime over on Cash 95. 26-24 at the halftime break. Take another break here on the halftime show. Get a look here, of course, with our out-of-town scoreboard and much more. And see if we can get another update with that game on yourliveevent.com. Pine River Bacchus and Kellerhurt North Home in girls action. We'll also talk second half adjustments still coming your way here as the Gobblers trail 43-24 on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
Inspired to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses UC Advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
Aitkin Health Services is hiring additional nurses and CNAs. All new hires will receive a $4.75 per hour wage in addition to and above regular pay scale. Contact Aitkin Health Services to inquire on these positions or visit sfhs.hcshiring.com. St. Francis Health Services and Affiliates is an equal opportunity employer.
That is big on service.
43-23 our halftime score here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com. Crosby-Ironton girls leading 43-24 over the Aitkin Gobblers here from Aitkin High School. Halftime score over on yourliveevent.com. Pine River Bacchus girls lead Kelleher Northholm 31-27 at the halftime break. Well, for the Aitkin Gobblers, again, not for lack of effort. 15 rebounds to 13. Gobblers out rebounding the Crosby-Ironton Rangers, but turnovers. They've got to stop turning over the basketball, especially trying to find a way to break through the press of the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. That's what led to, all those turnovers early on, and especially now, a 19-point lead going into the start of the second half. You find a way to do that, stop some of these fast break points in the first half. That will certainly give your team a better shot going into the second half of this ball game. For Crosby-Ironton, just keep feeding the ball to Tori Orline. 31 points in the first half. It is her game to lose tonight, and also chasing a record as an 8th grader here for the Rangers. We'll talk more second half action still coming up here as well. Don't forget, you can always stay up to date news, weather, and sports, including our full broadcast schedule for Aitkin Gobbler Sports and all of our area teams by going to rjbroadcasting.com, your exclusive home for Aitkin Gobbler Sports through the streaming season. Will be right here at yourliveevent.com, as well as for Pine River Bacchus and their home events. Take a break. Second half action still on the way. 43-24 our score. Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin on the Gobbler. KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1, yourliveevent.com.
Since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
On the internet, Wide stocks thousands of appliance parts at reasonable prices, and they will help you diagnose the problem so you get the right part. Or check out one of their completely reconditioned and warranted pre-owned appliances. For major appliances without the major price, plus parts and services, see Wide across from Lakes Printing on Oak Street, Brainerd. Also ask about multiple purchase discounts.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. and rjbroadcasting.com. Second half just moments away here on your stations of homegrown local radio. Again, a friendly reminder, a broadcast schedule coming up here, especially on the Gobbler. We'll be off tomorrow night and also on Thursday night, but Friday we'll have the we'll have the Aitkin Gobbler girls taking on Park Rapids right here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com. Then don't forget, Super Bowl Sunday, we'll have 3 of our 6 stations carrying the broadcast, thanks to our friends at Westwood One Sports. And, of course, our exclusive stations here, carrier of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 56 on Sunday. You can always listen here on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. And it'll also be on Talk 100 KLKS and also Real Country, KKIN FM 94.3. Second half action, a fresh 18 minutes on the Brandel Motors of Aitkin and Aitkin Health Services scoreboards. Crosby-Ironton will start off the basketball for the first time here in this second half. They'll be working left to right on your radio dials, on the Gobbler, as well as your computer screens, mobile devices, whether it be at rjbroadcasting.com or yourliveevent.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. 43-24, Tori Orline, 31 points, 10 away from reaching, well, a big mark in her career with 1,000 career points. Let's see if she can do it. I don't doubt that she can. Working around the perimeter, it will be a travel called against the Rangers to start off the second half. First turnover of the second half. That will actually be the fifth in the game unofficially for the Rangers. Press defense coming up across half court as the Gobblers bring it up now with Abby Palm from the top of the circle. Works it left side now at the free throw line for Emma Sky. At the free throw line, working up against the likes of Tori Orline, a 3-second call against Emma Sky, and that will turn over the basketball to start the other way. So both teams starting off the half with a turnover. 19-point advantage for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers with Orline bringing it up to the front court. Orline, skip pass left side for number 13, Bree Miller. Miller with only 2 points in the first half, but 31 of them coming from Tori Orline. Ellen Siljan, left corner for Margaret. Tries to throw up a floater just outside the paint. Can't get it to go. Rebound down to Ray Nyberg. Ray, second on the team in the ball game, with 6 points in the contest thus far. Gobblers bringing up the other way now with Abby Palm. Palm gets a floating screen from Ray Nyberg. Looks for that pass inside. Turned over on the pass for Ray was Abby Palm and taken away by Bree Miller. Miller will take it up to the front court to Margaret Siljan Ellen Siljan. Up top now for Tori Orline. Tori, left side pass to Bree Miller, left alone for a three, no good. Ray with back-to-back rebounds for the Gobblers. She'll give it up to Ella Jansen across half court, leading the way for the Gobblers at 8 points in the ball game. Pass to Emma Sky at the right elbow, trying to back up the defender, Tori Orline. Her shot blocked and taken away by Tori Orline. Stretches it out to the front court for Pappenfuss. Put back and the rebound, the shot to go through for Tori Orline, now with 33 points in the game. Ella Jansen, to Abby Palm. Looks to drive off the right side, nowhere to go for her. Eiley Cullum spins off a defender. Back out, three on the way from Palm. Rattles around, can't get it to go. Last touch by Orlide, going out of bounds. And it will now be Gobbler basketball. 15:42 to play here. Delayed stoppage. A couple players had to tie some shoes. 45-24. We update our scoreboard. 5-second call on the inbound. And it will be actually no foul called against the Gobblers, I should say, on the inbound. And it will go back to Crosby-Ironton. Leading the way. Turnaround shot off the stretch pass out to Ellen Siljan. We'll add two more. 23-point lead for the Gobblers. Excuse me, for the Rangers, that is. Gobblers trail by 23. Pass down low. Turned over by Aitkin. Unofficially 16 turnovers in the contest for the Gobblers. 15-18 to play. 47-24. Across half court, Tori Orline to Callie Pappenfuss. Up top. Now for Bree Miller. Miller looks for a pass back towards the middle. Stretches it out left side now for Orline. Back out to Siljan again. Orline through the middle with the right hand. Stripped out of her hands. No easy buckets for Orline the rest of the way with exactly 15 minutes to go. Inbound right off the shot and good for Margaret Siljan, her first points of the night, 49-24. Aitkin still looking to respond with their first points of the half. It is a 6-0 run to start off the half now for the Rangers. Jansen down low, trying to back up. Orline was Ray Nyberg. Orline with her second. 49-24 as Ray Nyberg at the line for the third time tonight. First free throw is good. 7 points on the night for Ray. 14:40 to go on the Brandel Motors of Aitkin and Aitkin Health Services scoreboards. Second free throw coming up from Ray is good. Now ties the team lead at 8 points in the ball game. Orline with a full head of steam across half court from left elbow. Skips it left corner. Margaret Siljan for a three. Doesn't even draw any rim and or net into the hands of Ella Jansen, who looks to drive down along the baseline, up and under, her shot impeded upon, but taken away by Tori Orline for the Rangers. Stretched out to Ellen Siljan, excuse me. Her jumper good. My apologies to the Siljan family tonight. Ellen with two more now makes it 51-26. Get our scoreboard update again. Just a one-man operation tonight for those tuning into yourliveevent.com. Turnaround shot not enough from Ray Nyberg, and a rebound collected by Callie Pappenfuss and stretches it out to Tori Orline. From the left elbow, drives, Euro step in the lane, too strong off the iron, and leads it into the hands of Ray Nyberg. Out to Ella Jansen, left side, just outside the paint. Eiley Cullum thinks about the three, stops, steps in, takes the shot, good. Eiley Cullum with 2 points on the night for her in this second half. She got 5 in total for the Gobblers. 28-51. That's the deficit for the Gobblers. 3 from Tori Orline, no good. Ball rattling around. It finally lands in the hands of Ray Nyberg, who's got 6 rebounds, 8 points on the night. Like to see Ray get that double-double on the night for her team. 51-28. Abby Palm with the handle of the basketball. Abby, turn around, looking for an opportunity somewhere. Now we'll get it right back to Eiley Cullum. Eiley losing the handle once again. Ball loose out on the floor before being taken out of bounds. We get a foul called. Margaret Siljan. Her first. Tom Martin tuning in the broadcast telling me that the Siljan girls look alike. I'm just getting all confused because I definitely know that there might be an Ann Siljan there somewhere in the world. I don't know why it keeps popping up in my head. 51-28. Foul also going to, again, Margaret Siljan, her first on the night. Gobblers will get Sophie Snyder on the stat sheet with a jumper of her own, cutting the deficit now to 21, 51-30. Left side, Bree Miller for a three. It's good. Bree Miller answers right back, 54-30. We come back the other way with now 12:20 to go in the first half. 24-point advantage. Abby Palm now to Emma Jacobson. Spins, takes it back out to Ray Nyberg, and a travel called against Ray. Unofficially 17th turnover of the contest. And we'll see Emma Sky, Sarah Thompson back in. We'll see Ellen Siljan out for the Rangers. Bringing back in Hannah Pekarainen, fed down low for Tori Orline. Her shot gets back on the stat sheet for her. And hopefully more signs to come from Tori Orline, who is now at 35 points on the night. Couple of threes, history for her. Sophie Snyder just outside the paint, a travel called against her. 56-30 the score. Across half court, left alone. Pappenfuss could have shot all day if she wanted to, decides not to. Back out, Pappenfuss just inside the perimeter. Looks back at the bench, does Pappenfuss say, hey, why haven't you shot twice? And she's like, I'm letting my teammates do the work, as Pekarainen will go off glass from the right elbow and in 58-30. Gobblers across the timeline. Dished back out right side now for Emma Jacobson. Looks to take on the defender. Will shoot from the free throw lane. Now dish it back out to Sarah Thompson. Thompson inside the perimeter, and a reach called up against Pekka-Rainen. It'll be her fourth, I believe. Reaching in against Sophie Snyder. Team's third of the half. Gobblers no fouls. Knock on wood. By a decent back in. Pekka-Rainen now with 4 fouls on the night for her, so she'll sit for a good while. Inbound to Emma Jacobson, left elbow. Stops, throws up an awkward floater, lands in the hands of Tori Orline. Stretch pass out to Margaret Siljan, lays it up off the window. No shot. Travel against Margaret Siljan on her way to the basket, and we'll turn it right over. With 10:57 to go, 58-30 the score. Across half court. Now we'll go to left side. 3 on the way from Sarah Thompson. No good. Rebounded down to Tori Orline. Stretches it out to the front court. Taking on the defender one-on-one up off the window. Basket will go for Tori Orline. 37 points on the night. Across half court, another turnover. Sophie Snyder couldn't come out with it clean as Maya Deason forces the ball into her hands. Right side for Margaret Siljan. Margaret with it out on the right wing once again. Right corner for Bree Miller. Bree back up top for Maya Deason. Deason, left corner pass for Pappenfuss. Didn't want to shoot, apparently. She had the space to work with. Floater in the lane from the likes of Miller, no good. Losing the handle. Tori Orline comes out with it, and a foul called as it was. No continuation as 60-30 our score. We'll see Ray Nyberg, Abby Palm back into the contest. Tori Orline will inbound right to Maya Decent. Bree Miller swings it back up top for Margaret Siljan. Siljan, right side for Tori Orline, 4 points away from 1,000. Drives, dishes it back out. Margaret Siljan for a 3, no good. Lands in the hands of Orline. She takes it up and under. She's fouled on her way to the basket. 30-point lead exactly at 60-30. Siljan at the line. 2 foul shots for her. Ray Nyberg called for her second of the night. First of 2 for Tori Orline is good. Second free throw coming up, which will be guaranteed. 9:36 to go. Free throw coming up. The second one, good for Tori Orline. 39 points for Tori Orline. Gobblers bring it up to the front court. Looking right side, Palm stops, hesitates from the right elbow. Now back up top now for Eiley Cullum. Back up top now for Abby Palm once again. Dribbles her way back towards the middle. Looking to Cullum out on the right wing. Will get it right there. Feed pass inside for Ray. Ray hesitates, fouled on her way to the basket, even though a double clutch by Ray over the top, they're going to say, against Maya Decent, which will make it now 62-30 our score. And we will get 2 foul shots for Ray Nyberg at the line for the team lead. This is the front of 2. Ella Jansen, no points in the second half. She led the team at halftime with 8 points. But Ray Nyberg, now at 8, would like to make it 9. She does. 62-31, I should say, across half court. Now looking left side. Around the perimeter, 39 points for Tori Orline. She'll drive, left side, up off the window. Basket will count. And Tori Orline rolls it up off the glass. Points number 1,000 for the 8th grader for Crosby-Ironton High School. Appreciation from both families and student sections tonight as the 8th grader from Crosby-Ironton High School, Tori Orline, reaches the 1,000-point mark in her career. Speaking of careers, a career performance. I think 44 points might be your game time high. Maybe Tom Martin tuning in can confirm that with us. Definitely 44 I've seen in recent, but Tori Orline, 1,000 career points here tonight as well. Make a note of that here on the broadcast as well. Coming in as a 7th grader, playing varsity basketball as well the last 2 years. Now reaching 1,000 in her 8th grade year, with now 41 points on the night. So after a little bit of stoppage out on the floor, Tori Orline gets appreciation from the JV team holding up pieces of paper that mark out 1,000, a couple other words as well, a couple other posters that were up as well. 64-31 after all the hoopla with the Crosby-Ironton Rangers 8th grader surpassing 1,000 career points. 8:45 to go. It's a 30-point lead, so anytime after this, besides timeouts and, well, anything else, will be a running clock. Stretched out, Pappenfuss to Maya Decent. Orline at the top of the circle to Decent. Works it around the perimeter, and will go right to Margaret Siljan out on the right wing. Siljan looks to the right side. Dishes it back out to Decent from Tori Orline in the lane. Decent, a cross-court heave to Margaret Siljan. Once again, dribbles her way back to the top of the circle with 8 minutes to go to Tori Orline. Orline fires a pass left side now for Callie Pappenfuss in the right corner now for Maya Decent. Cross-court heave to Margaret Siljan. Rangers content to play keep away here on this possession with 8 minutes to go and counting downward. Down below and right where she left off, Tori Orline, 43 points on the night for her. Not positive, says Tom Martin, but he thinks 44 points is the career high. Well, Tori is already at 43 with still 7:40 to go. Turnover by the Gobblers. We'll bring it up to the front court now. Crosby-Ironton left side. And also a cross-court heave from Bree Miller, right corner for Margaret Siljan. Siljan dribbles her way out of the corner to the left side now for Maya Decent. Decent to Bree Miller. Miller will go back to Tori Orline. Orline looks to drive, dishes it left side now on the wing for Maya Decent as the Rangers again content to play keep away with now a 35-point lead, 66-31. Left corner for Tori Orline. Dribbles her way towards the left wing. 3 on the way from Siljan is no good. Long rebound down to Ray Nyberg. 7 rebounds for Ray on the night, 9 points as well. Gives it up to Ella Jansen. Cross-court heave. 3 on the way from Cullum is good from Eiley Cullum. 66-34. We'll get our scoreboard updated. Rangers now with 6:40 to play, still up by 32. Right side for Bree Miller. Miller dribbles her way back to the top of the key now. Left side, 3 on the way. No good from Tori Orline, but a rebound down to Pappenfuss. 3 from Miller, no good off the back of the iron. Last touching it into the hands of a Ranger in Tori Orline. Orline looks to drive. Up with the right-handed shot, rejected by the bottom of the rim. Loose ball by Ray Nyberg. She comes out with it clean. Bringing it across half court now, Abby Palm. Palm with the handle of the basketball at the top of the key. Looks for a pass. She'll take it herself. Nobody left on the right side. She'll go up off the glass. Too strong as it'll be Orline with another board. She runs the length of the court. Out to Maya Decent. Decent looking for a cutting pass to Tori Orline. Back to Decent and the right elbow extended. Siljan get a fire up a three-pointer of hers. She knocks it down. Margaret Siljan for 3. 69-34 with 5.5 to go. Again, running clock here the rest of the ball game with it being a 30-point lead. Substitutions looking to check in for both teams during the next possible stoppage. Ball loose out on the floor, turned over by the Gobblers. Now unofficially 21 turnovers on the night. Left side pass to the right side now for the Rangers. To number 2 in Callie Pappenfuss. Fed inside, up off the window, can't finish this shot as Orline. That would have been the new career high as Emma Sky gets a rebound as we get substitutions checking in. A timeout taken by the Aitkin Gobblers. 5:07 to play, 69-34 our score here on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet Buick GMC in Aitkin. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
At RNJ.
5:07 to play here in the ball game by the score 69-34. Timeout taken by the Aitkin Gobblers, a Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout by Coach Mike Ream. Coach Ream probably won't have a whole lot to say in the post-game report, but of note, Tori Orline out for the game. 43 points on the night, almost matching her career high, but also surpassing 1,000 career points for the 8th grader. Possibly even locking up our big deal player of the game. That's probably not going to be any surprise as well here tonight. 69-34, Gobblers with the handle as Emma Jacobson and Sophie Snyder checked in along with Sarah Thompson during the stoppage during that timeout. Also checking in for the Rangers, we'll see number 5 for the first time tonight, Hannah Pekka-Reinen back in with 4 fouls. Jada Mitchell, number 5, also in, along with number 14, Bryn Hollenhorst for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. 4.5 minutes to play. Of course, the conclusion of those 4.5 minutes in this game, we'll jump right into the post-game show, out-of-town scoreboard. Final numbers from this ball game before we send it on out here for tonight. Maybe catch word from Coach Mike Ream, Coach Vukolich from the Rangers. We'll have to see. See if Pete wants to come over and talk. I know he's always a great chat, too, Saturday mornings during the Saturday Sports Wrap, but you know, if you aren't Tom Martin, you don't get a lot of recognition if you wear the maroon and white for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. But Tom does a great job for the Rangers as well. 69-34 the score. Jacobson, left corner now for Cullum. Back to Sarah Thompson. Bullet pass inside for Sophie Snyder, stripped away by Margaret Siljan. That's actually Ellen Siljan who checked in during that timeout as well. Right side pass to Ellen. Ellen's feed pass inside being contended with as it was Sarah Thompson and Sophie Snyder fighting for the ball, and a steal turns into a travel. Gobblers give it away with 3.5 to go, 69-34. So the Rangers will improve to 12-7 on the year, 6-14 now for the Aitkin Gobblers. As we get a foul called against Ray Nyberg. Looks like a trip. We're extending the foot out. Blocking foul, they're going to say, against Ray Nyberg. That's her 3rd. Team leading 9 points to go, along with 7 rebounds on the night for Ray. Emma Skye checks in for Ray with 3 minutes to go. Probably the rest of the night for Ray out on the bench here tonight. 43 points on the evening for the likes of Tori Orline to lead the way for the Rangers. But the Gobblers have some work to do. Shot impeded upon. Are they going to say it was 3? Nope, 2 free throws. Emma Jacobson in the area of where the three-point line was. Jada Mitchell will get called for her first foul of the night. 2:28, clock continues to wind for free throws. It's timeouts, and then also, timeouts. There's another thing that the clock stops for as Emma Jacobson knocks down the front of 2 free throws. You would think that radio announcer would know. Sometimes things like that kind of escape your mind. 2:07 and counting downward left in the ball game. 69-35. Second free throw no good. Fight for the ball. It's going to be number 10, Anna Vignieri, getting the rebound. Vignieri down the other end, banks it up off the window, too strong. Rebound loose. It's going to be Bryn Hollenhorst coming out with it. No, Jada Mitchell throws up a shot, and this one will be rebounded, and they're going to say to Sarah Thompson before a foul called. With a minute and a half to play. Jada Mitchell twice down the length of the floor and 2 fouls to boot. Minute and a half to go. Keena Steerwaltz along with Josie Schaefer also in. Nope, Schaefer's out actually. I know that for a fact with injury. Corinna Nixon, actually, number 11, checking in as well in the later moments of this ball game. 69-35, Gobblers with the handle. Back out to Emma Jacobson at the top of the circle. Looking for Ali Cullum on the right side. Nowhere to go. Gets a screen from Cullum. Does Jacobson out on the right wing. Ball skipped to Sophie Snyder. Loose ball on the floor. We'll get a kick ball against the Rangers. Ball goes in the corner. Foot race between Keena Steerwalt and Activities Director for Aitkin High School, Alex White. And Ole A. White pulls out the W in that department. 40 seconds go. Inbound pass stolen away as Emma Sky down on the floor once again. Injury on the backside of the floor, and we get a stoppage here. Injury out on the floor for the Gobblers with 32 seconds to go. Not what you wanted to see in the final minutes of this game. 69-35. Gobblers trail with only 32 seconds to go. Again, coming up here, a post-game show this evening. Gobblers will fall here tonight as their record goes to 6-14 on the year. Crosby-Ironton 11, now make it 12-7. We'll step aside here for a quick timeout as well here on YourLiveEvent.com and also on the Gobbler, KKIN.
We inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses UC Advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to YourLiveEvent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight. Emma Sky being ushered off the floor by mom and also assistant coach Jason Long. Athletic training staff will get a look at Emma with the injury as well. Just 32 seconds left here, all pretty much a foregone conclusion of the ball game. We'll get out-of-town scoreboard updates here in the final moments. And also with 25 seconds to go, a foul called against the Gobblers. Emma Jacobson called for her third foul of the ball game. Inbound taken away by Sarah Thompson. She'll bring it up to the front court with only 10 seconds to go. Back out to Emma Jacobson. Jacobson to Ray Nyberg at the top of the circle. Looks for a pass, draws a double team, but gets rid of it too. Sarah Thompson fires up an awkward three with 1 second to go, and that will do it. 69-35. Gobblers fall tonight, but a historic night for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. We'll step aside here for this break. Post-game show still coming your way here tonight on the Gobbler, as well as YourLiveEvent.com.
Aitkin Health Services is hiring additional nurses and CNAs. All new hires will receive a $4.75 per hour wage in addition to and above regular pay scale. Contact Aitkin Health Services to inquire on these positions or visit sfhs.hcshiring.com. St. Francis Health Services and Affiliates is an equal opportunity employer.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet Buick GMC in Aitkin. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
69-35 our final 69-35 our final score here on the Gobbler. KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1. The Crosby-Ironton Rangers fall tonight. I should say the Crosby-Ironton Rangers victorious over the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Mid-state conference matchup, Section 7A, Section 7-2A matchup here with homegrown local radio as well as your liveevent.com. Story of the night, Tori Orline, 43 points, 1,000 career points as well. Now currently sitting at 1,002 career points for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers as an 8th grader. She needed 41. She gets 43 on the night as well. 31 of them coming in the first half. And again, she outscored the Gobblers in that first half by that score. 31 points for her, 24 in the first half for the Aitkin Gobblers, as it was 43 to 24 at the half. Gobblers were also coupled with the fact that they put up 14 turnovers in that first half. A lot of pressure coming in the front court, and the back court, I should say, with there being a lot of turnovers forced by the Crosby-Ironton Rangers, bringing up the pressure in the back court as well. But 31 points in the first half. Tori Orline, 43 in total with 4 rebounds for this evening. Of course, we'll get a look at out-of-town scoreboard as well. Have much more from this ball game, final numbers as well. Looks like a final score. Boys high school basketball, a game not on the radio tonight, but Tom Martin texting in. Crosby-Ironton 89, Moose Lake Willow River 78 final score. A good one over on Dock 100 KLKS. Esco falls by that score, 63-50 on Dock 100 KLKS. Boys high school basketball, big sectional matchup between Esco and Pequot Lakes. Still a halftime score as of last known. Pine River Bacchus girls on top of Kelleher Northholm by that score of, again, I just had it right in front of me and I decided to close it out. I don't know why I would do that. That's usually how it goes as well. 31-27, that was that halftime score on yourliveevent.com here this evening. 69-35, our final score here tonight as well. As we get a moment here, let Coach Mike Ream get his thoughts in order before we bring him on to the post-game show. In fact, we will bring Coach Mike Ream in right now here tonight. Coach, unfortunately a tough one here tonight. 69-35 for your team. Early on, seemed that a lot of pressure in the backcourt from Crosby-Ironton led to a lot of those turnovers and easy baskets in the first half against your team.
Yeah, we just kept trying to throw it over the top of her instead of faking a pass and getting it in the middle. And she probably got 7 layups up. So I can't help it. I don't know what to do about it. We're just going to try to keep teaching. Maybe someday they'll learn.
Absolutely, Coach, here tonight. And again, another learning experience, too, from this game. Obviously, better ball handling is definitely one thing as well. We had you down unofficially 23 turnovers on the night as well. Probably a difference or plus or minus a couple in each direction for each team, too. But overall from this game, what else did you take away from this game? Unfortunate loss for the Gobblers tonight.
Well, one positive in this game is Eiley Collin played her best game of the year. She was productive. She was ready coming off the bench when Jilly got hurt in the warm-ups. That's very positive. Other than that, we didn't shoot with the crap I see, but I'd have to look at some stats. We didn't defend very well, and that's how you get beat by whatever it was, 30 points.
Yep. And that's one thing I wanted to mention, too, obviously, Coach. Joe Klein unable to start tonight as well. Something in the warm-up that just
she
wasn't
rolled
feeling
her
right.
ankle
Oh,
down there.
yeah.
So, it's tough. I haven't had my whole team the whole dang year, even not counting Tegan, and it just seems like that's the way it's going to be. So anyway, we just come back to work tomorrow. It's called Life Lessons. It's called getting kicked in the pants and getting your chin up, having some pride in yourself, and coming back to work.
Obviously, Coach got that game coming up Friday right here at Aitkin High School with Park Rapids as well. Get a couple of days worth of practice too, and still a lot of things to look at as well, and make some adjustments too.
Yeah. So they don't get any easier. So
they certainly don't. Coach, we certainly do appreciate it as always for you coming on the post-game show. Coach Mike Ream here for the Aitkin Gobblers tonight here, joining us on the post-game show. We'll take this break. We will start wrapping things up here tonight from Aitkin High School, and we'll still have much more. Of course, still got to name our big deal player of the game, our Enbridge Energy player of the game as well, as right now it is a 69-35 final score here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
This is Jim Berkmeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kix, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here to the post-game show here tonight on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. For those also tuning in online at yourliveevent.com, as we also get a chance now to jump into the post-game show here with Coach Pete Vukolich for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers tonight. Coach, big win for your team as well tonight in a conference matchup, but also a big milestone hit tonight for one of your players in Tori Orline. But before we get to that as well, we want to talk about what you see out on the floor there for your team to come out with such great success this evening.
Yeah, something we've been working on is just really spacing. Get more spacing, open things up for Tori, which, as you saw in the first half, when we spread out better, she's a great passer. So if she gets double teamed down there, she'll find a girl out on the perimeter, and if she doesn't feel that double team, she's going to go up with it. So she's a great player that can recognize when things aren't going to go well at the rim and kick it out, and she did just that. And I'm just happy with the execution today from the girls.
Absolutely, and obviously, too, Tori Orline needing 41 points. She gets 43, almost breaks her single game high as well, but 1,000 career points now in as an 8th grader as well. What was it about her performance, especially coming in, especially the last couple seasons too, being able to step out on the floor as a varsity player for her?
Yeah, last year there's a few seniors that we had. Unfortunately, we missed one, but she was a little timid to score. Didn't want to take over the game, but it was like, hey, you have the skill set to do so please do. And a few games this year now. That's her 3rd game over 40 points this year for us. So. Just having the confidence now as a varsity player, as only an 8th grader though, but to take over a game, which is it's impressive. It's been a joy to coach her, and yeah, a lot more good things. Looking forward to the next milestone for sure. And but now that this is out of the way, we can kind of shift back to the team goals.
Absolutely.
each player had an individual goal, but now we can definitely focus more on the team goals.
Speaking of those team goals, too, I know obviously you got a game coming up Thursday at Park Rapids, too. Another tough matchup, conference matchup as well. But, now in the later half of the season for your team, too, getting wins and especially playing a lot of tough ball games as of late for your team, too. And that's certainly not going to be, an easy one for the rest of the year, starting off with Park Rapids on Thursday.
Yeah, no, they're, like you mentioned, tough conference opponent. You got to bring it every conference game. So treat those like section games, treat those like playoff games. And unfortunately, the injury bug biting us per usual. We missed Josie Schaefer here tonight. She's going to be out for at least a few weeks with an ankle injury. So hopefully we can get her back and get the team fully healthy again by March, because that's when the madness happens. And depending on our seed, we'd love to make a great tourney run.
Absolutely. Coach Pete Vukolich joining us here on the postgame show. Of course, we'll step aside here for another break. Of course, we got our big deal player of the game, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game, still coming up here tonight before we wrap it up here from Aitkin High School. 69-35 our final score. We'll take a break here on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Welcome back for the final time tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. For those also tuning in to yourliveevent.com. Final score here tonight, 69-35, with the Crosby-Ironton Rangers now improving to 12-7 on the year with that victory as well. They're going to be on the road at Park Rapids on Thursday, while the Gobblers fall to 6-14 on the year. They'll be at home against Park Rapids on Thursday. Another conference matchup between those two teams. So Park Rapids going to be well known here around the Brainerd Lakes area in the next couple of days. Look at your final numbers. Of course, our big deal player of the game brought to you by Brandel Motors of Aitkin, Riverwood Healthcare, Willie's Marine McGregor, Pizza Ranch in Baxter, Little Falls, Whitburn Precast in Pine River, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Crow Wing Kayaks in Cross Lake, Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, Advantage Seamless Gutters in Baxter, Newman Construction in Brainerd. Of course, our big deal player of the game, none other than Tori Orline this evening, 43 points, surpassing 1,000 career points. And as Coach Vukolich did bring up, now can focus on the team goals going in the later half of the season as well. And our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game will go to none other than Margaret Siljan on the night. 6 points, 2 rebounds for her. That being the score for her, 5 points, 4 rebounds for Margaret Siljan on the night for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Of course, that brought to you by Enbridge. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project. Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and it was done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. Thank you from Enbridge. Our Enbridge Energy player of the game, Margaret Siljan, here this evening. So the Gobblers fall to 6-14 on the season. Quick update with our out-of-town scoreboard as well, and boy, it was a barn burner to the very, very end. Over on Cache 95, 57-56, Wadena Deer Creek sneaks out with a win against Pillager. And according to Ben Aberg on the call for that one, foul with half a second left in the inbound pass from Wadena's Peyton Rodensvelt. Fouled on the shot, made the second free throw for the win, 57-56. So the Wadena Deer Creek team by the score 57-56 over Pillager here this evening. So as we wrap things up here on the postgame show, I want to give a big thank you to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast as well. A big thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. You hear some of our sponsors tonight or saw them on yourliveevent.com. Be sure to go to our local businesses and thank them with your patronage, and always shop local. Taking a look here at our upcoming broadcast schedule, we're going to be out of action coming up tomorrow night in high school sports. We'll have plenty of action coming your way on Thursday, but Wednesday looks like we'll be taking on the likes of Gopher Men's Basketball Weekly with Coach Ben Johnson starting at 6 o'clock, and then at 7:30 pregame will start with the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Minnesota Golden Gopher men's basketball team. I was just about to say the Timberwolves, because the Timberwolves are also in action over on Skeeter 101.5. They take on the Timberwolves take on Sacramento, so an 8:30 pregame start. Tip coming up shortly after 9 o'clock over on Skeeter 101.5 coming up tomorrow night. So the Gobblers fall tonight as well. Thursday we'll be back in action as well with high school sports. Next broadcast here on the Gobbler will be Friday with the Gobbler girls taking on Park Rapids area. That will be a Friday night matchup here in the Mid-State Conference as well here on Homegrown Local Radio. Big thank you once again to all of our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast tonight. Big thank you to Aitkin Activities Director Alex White for allowing us to set up as well. Big thank you to Aitkin High School as well for allowing us to broadcast all season long. Big thank you to head coaches Mike Green, Pete Vukolich as well for joining us here on the postgame show and in the pregame show as well here tonight. Well, Gobblers fall 69-35 our final score. Gobblers fall to 6-14 on the season. Rangers 12-7 on the season into one of the final months of the regular season as well. Well, until next time, this has been a proud presentation. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated here in the Brainerd Lakes area. You're tuning in to KKIN AM 930 FM Translator 103.1 The Gobbler, and also rjbroadcasting.com as well as yourliveevent.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. You have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night, and we'll talk to you next time. Good night, everybody.